I just lost my momentum. If that's your ongoing challenge, you're not ready for entrepreneurship. You're looking for a boss. So back to number one, you need to have a clear vision. You need to have a compelling vision. Why do you need to have this? Because you need to not only be able to motivate and inspire other people to want to do business with you, but you also need to stay motivated and inspired yourself. There is nothing worse than a business owner or an entrepreneur who needs somebody to constantly motivate them to be in business. Okay. We run into this, and I've run into this in the last 16 years more times than I care to count, to where somebody comes in and they want to learn skills. They say they want to learn a business model, but what they really need is constant, ongoing babysitting and motivation. And there's no way to fix that within somebody. If your constant challenge is I'm not motivated in my business. I'm not, I'm burnt out, or I just lost my momentum. If that's your ongoing challenge, you're not ready for entrepreneurship. You're still struggling at step number one, which is having a clear vision for yourself, a compelling vision for yourself. You essentially need somebody to you're looking for a boss. You're not looking to be a boss. Okay? Who's with me? Comment boss down in the comments if you're picking up what I'm putting down. You know that I'm going to give it to you real. You know that I'm not going to pull any punches. You know that you don't hang around here. You don't pay me. You don't pay my company. You don't invest in our training or show up to our lives or events for me to blow smoke up your ass. So if you need motivation, if you need constant babysitting and somebody to kind of be there to, push little Johnny and little Sally along. Hey, forgive me if your name's Johnny or Sally. Hey, come on, it's time. Let's get fired up. This is not T-ball, guys. Okay. In T-ball, I coach my son's T-ball team. Man, I'm telling you what, it is a chore. Not only am I having to develop their skills, but I also need to keep them from digging in the sand. And this one's hungry, and this one wants a snack, and this one wants to lay down, and this one's tired. And honestly, a lot of the adults that I've worked with over the past 16 years are no different. They're just no different. They're looking for a boss to kind of hold them accountable and sort of make sure that they show up. Not a mentor, a boss. There's a big difference. I'm going to get to mentorship here in a second. Okay. A boss doesn't encourage you most of the time to think, at least most bosses that I've either encountered or hear about. They just want you to do your job. They just want you to listen. Just listen, just do your job. Just don't ask questions. A mentor is not going to do that. A mentor is going to get you to think for yourself and to train and prepare yourself to be a business owner. Okay? So you need to have a clear and a compelling vision. You need to clearly define what you want to accomplish inside of this business, and why it actually matters to you. Okay? You need to understand what your core values are, what your passions are, what your purpose is for doing this. And if it's your family, but you get mad at your family, or frustrated with your kids, or frustrated with your wife or your husband or whatever, and because of that, one day you don't want to work on your business, you don't have a compelling enough vision. It's okay if your family is not your reason or motivation. It's okay if it's just for you. It's okay if it's just because you want to feel better, you want to have money, you want to go on vacation, whether they want to go with you or not. I'm sure they do. But do you get what I'm saying? You can't always do something for somebody else, because if they piss you off, then all of a sudden you won't do it for them anymore. You have to do it for you. You got to do it because you want to feel better about yourself. For me, I was a homeless junkie. I wanted to see my story through. I wanted to make it so the things that I had experienced and overcome weren't just for nothing. I wanted to do something so my sobriety and my recovery and me working so hard to try to get out from under the world, I wanted to get on top of the world so I could feel like the hero in my own story. I'm not looking for a hero. I don't need somebody with a cape to come in and save me, and neither do you. You need to be your own hero. You need to be your own hero in your own story. And you actually need to be motivated, inspired by your own story.
If you got value from this video, would you please like that button below and also leave me a comment. I try to read them all. And of course, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel for more money-making videos as often as I can get them out to you. Go ahead also, if you want to learn more about making more money online and more different ways to make money online, then click that link in the description right down below, and I'll see you on the next video.